Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. We have learnt more about the human brain and how it functions in the last 5 years than in the whole of human history. The human brain is the source of all human behavior, and recent advances in neuroscience have allowed us to look into it for the very first time, understand more about what it likes and dislikes, why it rejects certain things, such as some salespeople and some sales proposals, and how it functions when it's making decisions, including the decision to buy or not to buy from your company. Harnessing these insights will be vitally important to your ability to connect with the brain inside your customer's head and to the future sales success of your organization. For after all, sales are the vital lifeblood of every single company in this room. But if that is the case, if selling is so important, why are so many companies' sales practices quite simply out of date and ineffective? To answer that question, I need to take you back on a journey in time to 1922, when Edward Strong wrote the book, The Psychology of Selling. In its day, this book transformed the world of sales and introduced us to concepts such as using open and closed questions, features and benefits, overcoming objections, and closing the sale. In its day, this book was so influential that many of its key principles and practices survive to this day and indeed form the core of most companies' sales methodologies. The problem is, however, that many of these old school selling techniques just don't work in our modern world. But perhaps through habit, they are still being used. And as a result, sales are being lost every single day. Because we all know the world today is very different to the world of 1922. Huge changes have taken place in our society and in our businesses. We now have better informed and educated buyers demanding more for less, and the relentless process of creative destruction has created a cutthroat commercial reality that would have been unthinkable back in 1922. In order to survive and thrive, your business has upgraded its business model and it's upgraded the technology it uses. Yes, you still use the computer, the telephone, and the car in your businesses, but you have upgraded them significantly from the way they looked in 1922. If you tried to run your business today with a computer that was built in 1922, you probably wouldn't have a business. But my question to you today, and my challenge, is are you still relying on old school selling tactics that were invented 92 years ago? Maybe it's time to upgrade your sales methodology. What I do is work with organizations, show them how to harness the powers of these insights of neuroscience, apply them in an easy, practical, and powerful way to give you an unfair commercial advantage. Let me give you a tiny glimpse of the upgrade that's available. Neuroscience shows us that your customer doesn't have one brain, they have 3 brains, or rather 3 parts of the brain that are very important to decision making. The first part to evolve the mechanical unconscious reptilian brain, secondly the emotional center, and finally the rational part of the brain. Question is, what percentage of your customers' decisions occur in the rational part of the brain? And the shocking truth is 5%. A massive 95% of all decision-making occurs in the emotional and unconscious regions of the brain. If your salespeople are failing to connect to that missing 95%, then they will probably fail to close the sale. What I can do is give you an upgrade to help you to influence and to connect with the brain inside your customer's head, creating sales proposals that it will accept rather than reject, that will give you a way to motivate their brains to take action. If you apply these brain-friendly selling principles, you will gain an unfair sales advantage. Your CEO and your salespeople and your customers, most importantly, will love it, and your competitors will hate it.